The rose, the flower that stands predominantly for love, is a perfect presentation of the universal pattern, that of the fractal, the moving geometry that extends into infinite creativity. The rose, the flower of love in its vibrant pinks and reds, the symbol of peace, that of the angelic, Christ consciousness and purity when it blossoms as white. The rose, symbolic for the chakra, the energy center, universally, cosmically, planetary, and through the living intelligence of the DNA encased by the human form. The rose, through the field of color, yellow for the solar plexus, gut feeling, power center, orange for the divine feminine sacral self, red for the connection to the physical dimension and with it romantic love, purples and lilacs for spiritual awakening and expansion, and when not presented within the natural world but through the hyperspace, the imaginative field of art, the blue rose for speaking the language of the rose, of love and unity, and to chant, tone and sing, passing fractal, never-ending keys and codes to other. The black rose, awakening the shadow, embracing the opposing frequency to light, moving into the dark and accessing all that is positive there. When paired with the white rose, the symbol is that of balance, genius flow, the inner marriage, the alchemical merge within that manifests the match without. The rose, the most sacred of flowers. The rose lady, or the lady of the rose, empath, goddess and muse, the archetype of the rose, standing for beauty, wisdom and serenity. Many incarnated souls embody this archetype upon your planet. The rose is a symbolic presentation of the language of light, felt, loved and embraced by all, on subconscious levels within most and conscious levels within some. All those aware individuals drawn towards the higher harmonics of the third dimension, the merge point with the fourth dimension, the realm of the elemental, will instinctively and intrinsically know the language of light presentation of the rose. The essences, aromas and oils of the rose provide magical tools, cleansings, activations and healing. The rose, especially the red rose, holds the Magdalene energy, the divine feminine sacred geometric vessel, she who holds the Christed child, the beloved mother of all. Many orders, groups, tribes and schools hold the symbol of the rose as their sacred spiritual symbol. The rose here symbolizes life force and abundance, yet also mystery, as the rose, as a fractal, holds a never-ending abundant knowledge and stands for an eternal road to which there is no end. The rose metaphorically presents much within a multidimensional, multi-leveled awareness. That which holds such beauty within its flower, its shape and its colour, yet holds thorns along its stem. The two-sided dualistic presentation of situation, individual, place or energy, yet moving upwards from the stem of thorns into the beauty of the flower, the bud of the rose, into the blooming open petal fractal formation, standing as the presentation of enlightenment and the higher path. The rose is a magical tool, for when, within your meditations, visualizations, imaginations and dreamtime workings, you draw the rose in, the flower itself, or the rose mandala, sacred geometric rose, into the scenery, the artwork of your hyperspace presentation, you superpower or supercharge the energetic elements within that visual. using the language of light to communicate with the higher mind, superconscious field, DNA, creating that which you visualize. When paired with the emotion of the rose, that of bliss-charged love, the imagination and emotional fields reach the golden frequency, and that which is within must meet its match without. The sacred geometry sets, and the visualization is manifested within the physical realm. When the rose fractal is superimposed upon the visualization, one can create the manifested match instantaneously, and synchronicity appears within your reality as confirmation of your magical work. To use the rose is to speak to the higher mind, superconscious field, DNA, within high-level communication, for this source field reality is matched with this particular symbol. Using pictures of roses, rose mandalas, the archetype of the rose lady, or the rose, the flower itself, all work within this language of light communication field. The rose as a doorway or stargate, that which many of you have encountered and created, the rose stargate, is the DNA fractal web of reality, accessed through the 6th dimensional gateway within Dreamtime or Merkaba activation meditations. Within this accessible reality, a map is found. We repeat, a map is found, and indeed created. As all creations and that which is created stand within the 0-point field as simultaneous and one. This map presents the living intelligence of sacred geometric fields. The rose and the moving through the rose stargate is one key, indeed is one major key into this fractal web. Heart-opening pineal gland activations, viewing the cosmic web through the 6th dimensional rose stargate gives you the map, showing coordinates needed for navigation within the field, through dimensions, through and merging with light, creating blueprints for current and future incarnations, and individualizing the soul into the golden frequency, creation of God Self, Source Self, fully actualized beings. The Holy Grail of immortality is thus reached. Therefore the rose, as the Holy Grail, stands within mirrored match. When processing this awareness as full understanding, one would do well to hold the golden rose as the visualization, a fractal key, if you will, unlocking doorways into higher realities or unlocking the rose stargate. The golden rose therefore stands as one symbol in itself, one language of light presentation, or one letter within the cosmic alphabet, to be utilized and called upon by the traveller sailing upon the sea of enlightenment. For those who have not processed and fully assimilated the significance and power of the rose, and indeed the golden rose, this matters not, for the energetic awareness, the inner knowing, is there in all awakened individuals with activated DNA, and thus the symbols of the language of light, the letters of the cosmic alphabet, are already firmly planted within the DNA memory structure. For those holding individualized soul memory, the rose will always have held your attention, always have called you, and as the most beloved of all flowers, the rose has indeed called many. Therefore, working on unprocessed knowings by holding love for the rose, or standing within a fully realized, processed understanding of the golden rose and the fractality, bliss-charged love frequencies, holding, creating, and following the map through the cosmic web of hyperspace, it matters not. All who hold the rose within, whichever level they stand, shall be called by the rose and led to the Holy Grail of all that is the true golden rose. Those that stand within the knowings are ready to deliver these teachings to others, knowing that individualized and unique interpretations and perceptions of that which is the same is the order of the day, and it must be so. Therefore, teachings delivered as metaphor, keys, codes, and triggers presented are the most aligned ways to present these truths. For fractality is indeed creation, and it must be created in order to be understood. Even when following the map, one creates it, for all are one within the higher realities that are time. Therefore we, the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, present and deliver the keys, codes and triggers into fractality through the symbol of the rose. And we give to you here the golden rose. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.